August 19th, Webster Town Board meeting to order. Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dolly, can you do roll, please?
Supervisor Flaherty.
Here.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Present.
Councilman Abbott.
Here.
Councilman Dean.
Here.
Councilman Cahill.
Here.
Town Attorney Genesi.
Present.
Well, I got to tell you, this is a special night. Not too often that the town of Webster has a contingent from another country come in, and this is pretty special to have the group in from the Ukraine, especially on the anniversary of independence, or I don't know exactly the day, but it's next Tuesday, okay? So we have a special proclamation that I'd like to come up to the podium and read, and certainly if the people visiting from the Ukraine could also come up. But this is the recognition of the life and works of Professor Volodymyr Myrko Peleshenko. And I just got a thumbs up for how I said it. So I'm going to move over to the podium to present this. And like I said, if you would like to come up.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Yes, with pleasure.
Okay. Are you
Must just a second.
comfortable with
Yes, we are fully vaccinated.
Me too. You know what? Then come on up. You guys get to go back to the Ukraine, and I'll probably get impeached for this, but that's okay. And first of all, I'd like to introduce the three people that are in from the Ukraine, okay? And I'm going to start on the far left here, and his name is Oleg Repin.
Yeah.
Okay. And then next is Natalia Chernyshova.
Correct.
All right. And then next to me is Alexander Sanjara.
Yes, correct.
Not too bad. Okay. Well, welcome. And you guys have been here for about a week.
Yes.
Is this your first time in the United States?
No.
Oh, okay. You're old
So
hat.
actually a second.
We already third
So.
time
Great.
being here in Rochester. Yeah.
Okay, well, fantastic. Well, this is a proclamation from the town of Webster, New York for August 19th, 2021. And whereas the town of Webster, New York is proud to have been the home of the Ukrainian Cultural Center of Rochester, New York for many years, and whereas the town of Webster, New York wishes to extend greetings and a warm welcome to the representative of the historic city of Dnipro. Did I do good on that one too? Ukraine, which is celebrating its 245th anniversary in September. And whereas the town of Webster, New York, wishes to acknowledge the life and works of Professor Volodymyr Myrko Peleshenko, who during his lifetime amassed a large collection of rare books, photographs, press, human interest stories, interviews, and written materials documenting the history of the Ukrainian and Ukrainian American people who lived, worked, and established churches and cultural organizations in Greater Rochester, New York during the last 100 years, thereby becoming an integral part of our very strong and diverse community. And whereas the aforementioned Peleshenko collection, known as the Ukrainian Rochester Collection, URC, is presently housed at the University of Rochester Rare Books, Special Collections, and Preservation River Campus Libraries. And whereas Ukraine gained its independence from the former Soviet Union in 1991, and on August 24th, 2021, will be celebrating its 30th anniversary of independence. It is with great honor that the town of Webster, New York recognizes the fellow officials from the city of Dnipro, Ukraine, Alexander Sanjara, Natalia Chernyshova, Oleg Repin, in celebration of these special events. May it please our guests that we, the members of the Webster Town Board, New York, wish you very good health, prosperity, and continued success in building a great future for your city of Dnipro and your country of Ukraine. May you enjoy your visit with us, and may your experiences and memories of your long journey to America and Webster, New York, be filled with warmth of friendship and the enduring love of peoples. Natalia, would you do me a favor?
Yes, Mr.
Would you
President.
read the last words and explain what that means?
Mnoha lita,
Which means
many happy years.
many happy years.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
And I'm going to present. Would you guys like to say anything?
Dear and honored leaders of the town of Webster and members of the Ukrainian community in Webster and Greater Rochester. On behalf of the Mayor Boris Filatov, the Dnipro City Council, and my colleagues Natalia Chernyshova and Oleg Repan, please accept our warm and cordial greetings on this special occasion. We sincerely thank you for recognizing the 30th anniversary of Ukrainian independence and the contributions of the Ukrainian community in Greater Rochester for over a century. It is also a great pleasure to also recognize the Ukrainian Federal Credit Union, which has a branch in Webster. We also commend and sincerely appreciate the efforts of the Ukrainian Cultural Center is preserving and sharing Ukrainian history, traditions, culture, and values in the town of Webster, Greater Rochester, and Monroe County. On behalf of our city of Dnipro, I would like to take this opportunity to wish you much success and, of course, much good health. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. I left too early, didn't I? Thank you, Alexander.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you tomorrow night, right?
Yes.
All righty.
So we will go.
Okay. I know you have a busy schedule.
I'm the president of the Ukrainian Cultural Center in Webster, New York. I would like to thank Tom Flaherty, supervisor, for the proclamation recognition of the 3rd anniversary, as well as the board, and also the community of Webster. And we've been in Webster for probably 15 years now, and I live in Webster too, and it is where life is worth living. We appreciate your help, and we look forward to being here for a while. And I appreciate you welcoming our guests from Ukraine. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mr. Ruhoff, thank you.
Would it be asking too much if we could get a group photo with you and
No, not at
the
all.
board and the visitors?
Sure. Would the board like to stretch their feet and stand up and get a group photo with our visitors?
Sure.
No problem. You don't even have to borrow it. You can take it. All righty. Well, thank you. And
Thank you.
we'll see you tomorrow night. Okay. Thank you. Next up is, although our Ukrainian contingent, when they leave, it kind of emptied the room, didn't it, Dolly? You know? However, our next agenda item is that if there is anybody who wants to take the podium from the public for up to 5 minutes, is there anybody here that would like to do that? I'm going to take that as a no. So that means our next agenda item is the August 5th Town Board minutes, which I've reviewed them, and I would make a motion that we approve them.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Speaking of Councilman Cahill, John, I think you were in looking at the bills, right?
Yes, I was. I found the bills to be in order after I reviewed them, and I submit that we pay the bills as submitted by the Director of Finance.
Second.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. And then I have reviewed the prepaid warrants as submitted by the Director of Finance and make a motion that we approve those.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Okay, Josh, is this you discussing this one on behalf of?
Yes, the
Oh,
applicants
well,
are in
Mary's here
attendance.
too. This, I'll never get used to this beam. It hid 3 people today. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name's Tina Sosa, and my husband Brandon is here too. We just moved to Webster today. We closed on our house, so we're happy to be here.
Congratulations.
You closed
Thank
on your
you.
house
Welcome.
today?
At 1 o'clock, yes.
Congrats.
So, yeah. We are here because we would like to fence in our backyard. Our new location is at 361 Anna Circle, 14580, so off of Salt Road, across from the Webster Golf Club. We do have an easement in our backyard. And so we've worked closely with Pat Stevens from the Highway Department to come up with a plan that will allow the town to access the easement on our backyard at any time if that is needed. So we did submit a copy of our survey map with a drawing of what the fence will look like in our backyard. And it does have, most importantly, 2 10-foot gates in the back, so if a truck or any type of maintenance vehicle needed to get to the easement, that would be facilitated by those gates. We would be happy to answer any other questions anyone has about this, but we appreciate your time and consideration.
I gotta ask this since I'm the rookie still on the board compared to the rest of you. Do you ever recall like a license agreement the day that somebody was buying a new build house? I mean, that's efficient.
That's pretty quick.
That's
Thank you.
that's really amazing.
Thank you. We have 2 dogs and 2 small children, and there's a large pond in the back of the property, so
Sure.
this was a priority for us.
No, you showed it's a priority. Other than that, I mean,
Yeah, I reviewed all the documents
I'm-
that Pat signed off on.
Yeah.
I really don't have any questions. It's all self-explanatory.
I was going to say, I'm impressed with how thorough this is. Truly. And
My husband put most of it together.
you've gone through all the steps you should, and you've met Pat Stevens, and it's your first day in town, and this is great.
Thank you.
Who is the owner? Is it both you and your husband, or just Mr. Sosa?
Both of us.
All right, because before I just had Mr. Sosa's name. Well, what is your name again?
Tina Sosa.
I'm sorry.
Tina.
Tina. Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Oh,
interestingly enough, is there, Charlie, I always trust you for efficiency of reading off the good parts of the,
sure. I'll
Resolution.
explain the way it will work is that if the board approves, I will prepare the agreement. I'll send it to you and your husband. You'll get your signature notarized and return it to Town Hall along with a check made out to the county clerk. And
Okay.
I'll give you all the information you need.
Perfect.
Okay? So the resolution that we have is to grant limited relief from an established easement at 361 Anna Circle. The town currently has a 15-foot wide drainage easement at the property at 361 Anna Circle. The Sosas have purchased a home which includes this easement. They wish to place a 4-foot-high vinyl fence, correct, in the
Correct.
easement. And you understand that the town, if needed, will go into the easement and may destroy the fence. And
Yep.
if they do, it's on you to repair the fence.
Yes.
Just so you understand, okay. We don't expect that we're going to have to do that, but that's the way it is. The applicants have requested relief from Webster Town Board to permit the aforesaid 4-foot-high vinyl fence to include, or to be existing upon and encroaching within the easement. The town board, if it so sees, there will be limited detriment to the town to grant this license agreement. The license agreement will be prepared by the town. We will attach the map that has been provided by the Sosas, which is a map of dated July 21st, 2021, and created by Passero Associates. The proposed fencing gates will not be expanded beyond that which is on the map as shown. In the event of an emergency, if the town deems it necessary or imperative, the town will have the right to remove or take down any part of the fence or gate without recourse by you. Okay. This will not affect any other rights of any other public entities or public utilities to the easement. This is strictly between the town and the owners of the property. As I've stated, we'll enter into a license agreement, which I'll prepare. I'll get to you.
Okay,
And I think we have all the information we need. So.
sounds good. Thank
Well,
you.
Town Attorney Genesi, basically from his mouth to God's ears, that is the resolution that is being, a motion made on that resolution to approve a license agreement to allow a fence in the drainage easement at 361 Anna Circle.
I'll second that.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
All right. Before you go, you have a drainage inlet in your backyard and you have a 12-inch pipe underneath. And the only thing that could really go wrong is if that were to get plugged.
Yes, that's our
So it'd be
understanding.
really important for you to make sure you keep that drain clear,
Okay,
okay?
yes,
That way you won't have to get any equipment in there to flush it or anything like that.
got it. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
So is that grandfather Barry saying the kids are going to try to get in there and mess it up with toys and stuff?
Yes.
Yes. Kids are kids. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Welcome to the town.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Now, item 3 on our regular town board business is being tabled. So I guess I am making a motion to table the referring to the planning board of an office park and 2 hotels located at Publishers Parkway.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Now, Bill, I'm gonna guess that does this property ring a bell to you? That we just tabled the?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. For those keeping track at home, I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago that,
Yeah.
was it not a special use permit? Was it a special use permit?
Yes,
Yes,
yes, it was for senior housing.
Senior housing,
Yes.
right, and,
4 stories.
yeah.
Right.
Well, yes, so, they're back with
I
something
saw
else.
something in print today that said it was 2 hotels.
Yeah,
Right, because I didn't see this, I only saw the one.
2 hotels, 4
yeah. Yeah,
If as presented, there might be some variances that are going to be needed in
Just a
this
few.
too.
well, without getting into too much
Yeah.
details, there's a reason it's tabled.
Yes.
Now, the next item is, well, I'm not going to propose this one because I've learned,
I'll handle it.
but I just wondered if before we do this, if you have any questions for Paul, or if you have any questions for Chief, who's here tonight, by all means, shoot away.
I asked my question, I got my answer, I'm good.
Same statute as we've been operating on, 7525?
Yeah, hasn't changed.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
No changes to the document other than the dates of the agreement.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we bill them twice a year and it's worked out well.
Okay, so if somebody can,
I would move that the town supervisor sign an intermunicipal agreement for the school resource officers for the 2021-2022 school year.
Second.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye. All right, Chief, we'll get it done. Our next item up, I don't know if Dolly, you want to give a little Reader's Digest on what this is all about?
They require, okay, so, I'm sorry, let me stop. My understanding that it's a requirement of Wayne Central School District that, the board approve the appointment of Deborah Demink as the school tax collector for the 21-22 school year for properties that are in the town of Webster, but they're located in Wayne Central School District.
Yeah.
It's a housekeeping item, this happens every school year.
I think we did the Penfield one, a board meeting or two ago, did we not?
No,
We didn't?
I think that was something else.
Okay. I've taken it the board understands all that, and, so, I make a motion to appoint Deborah Demink as the school tax collector for the 2021-2022 school year for properties in the town of Webster that are located in the Wayne Central School District.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi?
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Okay, well, the next two agenda items are keeping a streak going of, I think this is the 5th or 6th town board meeting and/or workshop that the illustrious sewer department has been highlighted at. So, yeah, it's a record, right, Art? So, Art, I don't know if you are going to give us a little rundown on number 6 and/or 7, or if Paul or Rick Canali. I'll let you decide.
You have a resolution in front of you on the 15th of July. The town board accepted the PR and map and plan, and made a resolution for a notice of intent for the town of Webster to be the lead agency for seeker. The following day, letters were sent out to the appropriate agencies, giving a 30-day minimum. We received no responses, no negative responses, so the resolution is to have the town board, the town of Webster, be the lead agency for the wastewater facility under seeker Part 1.
Any questions, comments by the board members?
No.
No.
Okay. And you basically just described number 6 on the agenda. You didn't get into 7. We'll do that separately.
Correct.
Okay. Well, then I make a motion declaring the town board for the town of Webster to act as lead agency for the wastewater pollution control facility asset renewal project and water resources recovery facility improvements project.
Second?
Supervisor Flaherty?
Aye?
Councilwoman Cataldi? Excuse me.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill?
Aye.
Councilman Abbott?
Aye.
Councilman Dean?
Aye.
Art?
Okay, number 7. So part of seeker, per New York State Town Law 202B, seeker parts 2 and 3. We need to have a scheduled public hearing. So if anybody has any questions, obviously regarding seeker, they have that time to ask those questions. So the town needs to create a resolution to schedule that. Town clerk would then advertise that 202B public hearing.
Yeah. Now, I will say on this one, if memory serves me, because we didn't meet with bond counsel, Paul, we met more with our consulting firm.
Yeah.
Patty, you were
Yes.
in that pretty amazing meeting, but based on the timing of this, I think we're setting the public hearing for September 9th, which is usually a workshop evening. We are moving the workshop that night to 7 p.m. because I think some or all of the town board members have prior commitments, where usually our workshop schedule is 5:30s. Is this the way you understand it, Art?
That's exactly the way it is laid out.
Because to publish it in the legal newspaper of the town of Webster, it would be in the Wednesday,
25.
Was it August 25th?
Yes.
Which would mean it was in there approximately 14, 15 days, which falls, I think, Charlie, in that no less than 10, no more than 20. So when I propose this, I am going to add in that the public hearing is September 9th at 7 p.m. And I just want to make sure that the town board is, if they have any questions or comments, like I said, it's not usual to have it, I think, on a workshop evening, but based on the time schedule that has been laid out over these last 6 meetings, I think you, Patty, have the color-coded one that
I do.
Barton LaJudas, and it culminates right now on our second regular town board meeting of September on the 19th, 16th.
16th.
16th, so thus the timing of the public hearing. That's one thing. The other is that, and without boring everybody to death, the 202B is really mimicked how the Phase 1 project was done. And you can do it under a different code that eliminates a public hearing, and but it does not, it's not applicable for this project. So, any questions or?
No.
Okay. Well, then I make a motion to schedule a public hearing required under New York State Town Law 202B regarding the proposed wastewater pollution control facility asset renewal project and water resource recovery facility improvements project to be held on Thursday, September 9th at 7 p.m. and to be published in the Webster Herald's Wednesday, August 25th edition. That's my motion.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye?
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Abbott.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Okay. Our last formal item tonight is, Chief, I gotta let you explain these. This is gonna be,
Certainly. So we've been in possession of a snowmobile trailer that we used to use for enforcement of the trails. Obviously, with the reduction of trails in town, our enforcement needs diminished. So it's been sitting idle. Parks and Rec was in need of a snowmobile to groom trails and other maintenance projects. So we had a discussion about transferring the asset to them so that they can utilize it and it's not sitting idle for us.
okay. Make sense? Well, then I make a motion to declare the following items as asset transfers from the Webster Police Department to the Webster Parks and Recreation. A 2007 trailer, VIN number 5NHUTS2167W027864, and a 2000 Skidoo, VIN number 2BPS148-6XYV000120.
Second. You did that pretty good.
Thanks a lot, Barry.
You practiced.
Well, you know, it
Supervisor-
wasn't in Ukrainian. I'm sorry.
Supervisor Flaherty.
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Councilman Abbott.
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi.
Aye.
Councilman Cahill.
Aye.
Okay, that concludes our formal agenda tonight. I would like to keep the phones open for a couple of minutes for anybody who's watching at home, either on cable or streaming on our website or Facebook Live or all the different ways that the public can be in on our board meetings. But as we are waiting to see if any calls come in, Charlie, I was going to impress you tonight. I am, in a minute or two, I'm going to make a motion for us to enter into executive session. And I have too much paperwork in front of me. I have the section of the law that I will be referencing on that. I'm confident that it will go through. And at that point, we will clear out the boardroom, and we will also turn off any of the streaming or TV, and we will not be coming back to a public thing. We will come out of executive session in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it takes to discuss this issue, and we won't be coming back to a...
Is anybody who, aside from myself and possibly the town clerk, is anybody else going to be invited to the executive
Yes,
session?
and I will
Okay.
mention
be stated.
them in the motion. So, I guess I might have chewed up the 5 minutes. Doesn't look like anybody wants to call in, but I just wanted to, anybody watching or anybody in the boardroom, so they knew what is about to transpire. So I'm going to make a motion that we enter into executive session pursuant to section 105(1)D, discussing proposed potential litigation. And I would like in attendance the town board, Paul Adams, our finance director, and Charlie Genesi, our town attorney. And I'm also asking for Chief Dennis Kohlmeyer, our police chief. That is my motion.
Second.
Supervisor Flaherty,
Aye?
Councilman Cahill,
Aye.
Councilwoman Cataldi,
Aye.
Councilman Abbott,
Aye.
Councilman Dean.
Aye.
Okay, so we will take a minute or two to have Karen be able to close out the video, and also for people to leave the room. But as we're doing that, there's only a few reasons why a town board goes into an executive session not open to the public. And when it comes to potential litigation that either we're going to be a plaintiff or a defendant in, it would be not in the town and taxpayers' best interest for some of these discussions to be open to the public, as it would hurt our chances of attorney-client privilege, actually.
Among other
Charlie.
things,
I mean,
yes,
that's
that's
probably the
correct.
biggest one. So that's where we're at.